This is aisle 42. Eating healthy at home is one thing, but what about when we're at the office or on the go? When we make quick food, healthy food, good things happen. This conversation is with Oren Epstein from BioRaw, a B Corp certified, allergen-free, plant-based, certified, organic, ready-to-eat meals and snacks service. BioRaw aims to transform lives, the planet, and the food industry, one radically good meal bowl, BioBite, dressing, and snack at a time. You're going to love listening into this one, so let's jump in. Here's Oren Epstein from BioRaw. Oren, thanks so much for doing this. Everything that you're doing at BioRaw is fantastic. I tried your food products when I was in Toronto recently for a food industry event, and it's really got my attention. Before we get into all the amazing organic products you make and your B Corp certification and all these things, I have a kickoff question for you. If you were to imagine the perfect grocery store of the future, what would it look like?
Totally. I love that question. And I'm so honored that I was able to nourish you while you were here in Toronto. Perfect grocery store of the future. Definitely a grocery store that is rooted in giving people exactly what they want. We all want to be eating healthy and we all want to be eating really well. And there's a lot of really great stores out there, but I find that not enough of them are really creating a mandate that they stand behind. A grocery store that would be from heaven would be one with a buyer that really cares about its sourcing and ensuring that the products on the shelf are as healthy as they claim to be. I find our industry is unfortunately littered with a lot of greenwashing and a lot of highly inflammatory oils. I think it first and foremost, having a strong mandate and perimeters in place to make sure that customers don't even have the opportunity to purchase something that's made with highly inflammatory ingredients, that aren't made with mystery flavors and natural flavors, and products that are rooted in integrity, that are not just good for you, but good for the planet. We should really be focusing on eating produce that's local and in season, and eating food that is helping our environment and helping the soil and supporting the little guys. It's really easy to choose a really big manufacturer or a really big distributor if you're a retailer, but taking that extra time to really do your due diligence on the products. There are some great buyers out there, but grocery store of the future. All organic prepared foods. And I'm really grateful we do have some retailers like that already in Toronto and in North America.
That's great. Yeah, the larger city centers, there's a little bit more demand for that type of thing. As soon as you get further out into the smaller suburbs or towns where it's really hard for people to find retailers and grocery stores that are as committed to organic and natural and local as much as we see in the big centers.
Definitely. There's a lot of buzzwords in food that companies have really marketed against. And, it's really taking the time to educate yourself as a informed shopper to really understand what you're putting into your body. Unfortunately, our food systems are really broken right now. Our soil is depleted, and even the healthy food can be contaminated, laced with heavy metals, sprayed with toxic ingredients, or just packaged in something that's leaching into something that's really good. So I really try to focus on being on empathy economics when I go grocery shopping and really questioning everything.
Empathy economics. That's a new one. Good one. I like it. So give us the rundown on BioRaw. What do you guys make? What's your favorite product that you make?
Totally. So BioRaw makes a line of fat, fresh convenience foods that are all certified organic, gluten-free, and nut-free. We pride ourselves on making really good food that everyone can enjoy, regardless of their dietary restrictions, preferences, and for people looking to eat really good food. We are known for our line of prepackaged organic meals that are high protein, high fiber, and absolutely delicious. We also make a line of delicious power puddings that are infused with an adaptogenic granola.
Did you just say power puddings?
Oh yeah, they're so good. 7 to 14 grams of plant-based protein that's easy to digest. We also recently launched our line of BioBites, which are high-protein satiating bites that are savory, made from plants, not sugar. Really great way to get more protein and good, healthy fats into your diet every day. And what I'm really, really excited about is our brand new line of salad dressings. Everyone loves the dressings and marinades that we use in our meals. And I'm really excited to have our new dressings in glass bottles being available on the shelf. Everything that we do at BioRaw is rooted in trying to be of service to the community. One thing that's really important to me is knowing that we have a fresh, organic option out there for customers to purchase that are looking for good food. I know that if I didn't exist here in my market, there wouldn't be an organic offering to customers that is made in a dedicated gluten-free and nut-free facility, made without preservatives and without cutting corners. But yeah, our dressings are amazing. They're hitting the shelves as we speak. They're in glass bottles made from cold press extra virgin olive oil, raw apple cider vinegar. And instead of using inflammatory ingredients like dairy, we get really rich and creamy flavor from using superfoods like hemp and sesame. We go beyond in every way that we can. Even all the water that we use to make the dressings and to make or power our power puddings is made with using filtered water. So we are a brand that customers can trust and know that it's just as good, if not better, than something coming out of your own kitchen. We've done all the thinking, all the cooking, all the cleaning. All you have to do as a consumer is pick us up and enjoy.
I love it. I know you're in some grocery stores in the Toronto area, but you also have a home delivery option. You know, when I think about all the times I've gone to my Skip the Dishes app or whatever meal service app that I'm currently on, because I have a few on my phone, like all of us, then the options just seem to get more and more like deep fried this and greasy that. And it can be hard, especially where you want something healthy and organic, but you want it to be like savory and like you want it to be a real meal, not just sort of like a side dish, or it's like, oh, what, now I've got to augment this meal with some other proteins or some other, fiber things. I love the way you're offering really leans into that delivery consumer as well, someone that just needs something brought to them because they're at work or at home and they still need something on the go, even though they might not be going somewhere.
Definitely. I've done a lot of product research and I've spent a ton of time talking to my customers and getting feedback. And from the great conversations we have, BioRaw is really there for customers in their time of need, whether it's, making sure that their fridge is stocked at home with fresh meals delivered right to their door made just for them, or being available in major grocery stores like Loblaws or Whole Foods, Fortino's, and all the other great stores here in around the city of Toronto. We really, really pride ourselves on being that healthy meal. What I hear a lot from our customers is like, we're that healthy check mark that you're getting all the veggies in, like similar to like an AG1 or like a greens powder that people feel good taking first thing in the morning. That's, knocking off that they're eating good food. Our product is really used as that kind of tool. We really, really work hard to create offerings that bring in a plethora of species from the plants kingdom that is really nutrient dense and really delicious. You won't find any like iceberg lettuce in our products or rice, but what you will find are rainbow carrots, nutrient-rich collard greens, bok choy, and lots of superfoods. I always say the backbone of our meals are microgreens. They're such a great nutrient-dense powerhouse.
That's so great. Now, you're B Corp certified. Walk us through what that meant to you and your team to acquire that, what it means to keep it, and why should your consumers give a flying rat's ass about your B Corp certification?
I actually launched my BioRaw all around our B Corp certification. B Corp's certification is a third-party audit that's done by the B Corp gods, and it essentially is auditing your business on a number of different aspects: community, corporate governance, how you treat the environment, and local. It's kind of a really good stamp of approval that says, when brands say, oh, we give back to the community, or, oh, we support local, or, oh, we staff locally, or everything is local. It's a certification that I, as a company, have volunteered, raised my hand to put my entire business on the table and be audited by B Corp to say and prove that I am in fact using my dollar as a company to support local communities, pay my staff fairly, source locally when I can, and am I in fact giving back into the communities that are servicing me? It goes into a number of different really small minutiae of your business to really prove that as a business, we walk the walk and talk the talk. Right now, it's really easy I was just scrolling through Instagram right before I got on this call today. And, I saw a brand that's coming to market, and their whole marketing pitch is that it's local. And it's the winter here, 9 months of the year. And for this brand to be claiming that they're local, knowing that they're suppliers and stuff like that, I know that it's not local and it's kind of deceiving. So I always look for that B Corp certification when I'm looking to support brands because I know that they've put themselves on the line, they're making themselves transparent, and they're proving that they are in fact doing the great things that they have set out and claimed to do. So I really like it as a consumer to know which brands are actually doing the good work and are saying, hey, let me prove it to you. And I have nothing to hide as an organization.
Love it. So good. Talk to us about packaging and you've got single serve packaging items. I mean, for on the go eating and for delivery, it's a necessary evil. Where are you guys at with packaging right now? And where would you like to see it down the road?
For sure. So right now we're using the most advanced packaging that we can find that's available in the market. The packaging that we use is made from plants, not petroleum. We've worked very hard to minimize our plastic in like all aspects of our packaging. So it is a plastic-free packaging made from plant material. When I first started BioRaw, we were still using those containers, the same containers that our meals are in now, but we were actually putting on like a sticker on top of all of our bowls instead of the cardboard belly band that is currently on our product. You know, in our efforts to work towards our zero waste certification at our facility, we took away that plastic, and we feel so good to have a product on the market that is made using the most and packaged using the most advanced packaging available. We all know that every piece of plastic that's ever been created still exists today. And as a food manufacturer, I feel it my responsibility to make sure that I'm putting out products that's packaged in the most sustainable packaging that I can find while maintaining the integrity of our product and the shelf life, and knowing that we are supporting even our packaging manufacturers that are doing good work as well.
But I gotta say, how come you're not in every city? I'm so I'm so grumpy that I can't find you at my local store. So, what's it been like to grow the business to attract consumers and grocery shoppers to this type of eating, this format? What are some of the challenges you guys are facing as you try to take over the world with organic, ready to go food?
Building a brand that's rooted in integrity and without cutting corners isn't always easy, but I've always been committed and been unwavering in my commitments and the things that I stand behind. It's so important to me that a customer can feel safe and know that they're getting good access to clean food, actual clean food. And we have worked very hard to align ourselves with suppliers that meet our high standards of quality and integrity. Having a fresh product, our products are, they're fresh for 7 days. And it's so important to us that our customers, whether they're enjoying it on day 1 or day 7, that they always have the freshest experience possible. We've worked very hard to create a supply chain and work with our retail customers to minimize the amount of food waste that we're producing by getting orders ahead of time and having exactly what we need in stock and processed so that nothing ever ends up in the landfills. On a retail side of things, we've worked incredibly hard to prove our existence on the grocery store shelf. I've never sold on consignment or guaranteed sales. So that means I've never just given product to a grocery store and said, if it doesn't sell, that's on me. I've always worked incredibly hard to support our grocery stores and create a space for us in the store and making sure that our product is selling the moment it hits the shelf. I don't want to be creating products that are just ending up in the landfill and creating more waste in this already so wasteful and destructive industry. We work really hard to support our retailers through in-store product samplings, having a strong social media presence. When I first launched the brand, I actually did over 300 days of events. So I was at every single yoga show there was, every green living show, health focused events. I was popping up in fitness studios and yoga studios and gyms, anywhere I could to make sure that people knew that our product was available and then supporting the traffic into our retailers. I love standing in stores and talking to customers and giving them the opportunity to try our product. Prior to launching BioRaw and my life even before that, I actually, when I was 19 years old, I was a marketing associate over at Simply Protein. And at the time, Susie York from that we all love, and I think was just on an episode a few episodes back, was the was like a marketing consultant over at Simply Protein. And I was young, I was 19. I was like, there's so many events. We need to be at all of them. And she really taught me about the importance of trial, trial, trial. Get everyone to try your product, fall in love with it, and make sure that there's a good call to action for that customer. So I've always brought that into everything that I do. And the more people that I can nourish and get them to try our product and fall in love with what we're doing and explain to them why we're better than the products on the shelf has been so important to me. There's a lot of education in what I do. I know it's so simple. They're plant-based meals. They're salads essentially, but it's so important to me to educate our customers as to why we're choosing the ingredients or why we're doing things the way that we're doing them. Often, if we're available in grocery stores, we're the only product on the shelf that is made using a dressing that doesn't involve highly inflammatory oils like canola, soy oil, or just blatant vegetable oil. And unfortunately, not enough people understand or are educated in the fact that a lot of those highly processed oils were never meant for human consumption and are wreaking havoc on our bodies. So I feel so privileged to be able to educate customers when we're in stores, through our social media programming, through our email marketing, any way that we can to spread the good word and to prove to customers and to prove to retailers as to why it is so important that BioRaw has a place on the shelf, in their basket, and on their fork.
Well said. One of the things I noticed about your product when I had it was the call outs around allergen, nut free, gluten free, keto, paleo, pru, those things, they're not important to me. I'm able to sort of look at that and go, oh, well, that's nice. It doesn't affect me. I want to consume this for other reasons. But there are plenty of people where that's what they're looking for. They're looking, and you even said it, they're looking for something that's safe for them to consume and something that's really, really enjoyable. What do you hear from the allergen community, the people on the side of the equation where these decisions around what they're putting in their body is really, really important to them? What's been the feedback for BioRaw in that case?
This goes back to me, having a business rooted in integrity and being of service to my community. I know when I started the brand at first, I would spend so much time at grocery stores chatting with customers. And I'd hear from a lot of parents with children that suffer from nut allergies that the only food that they feel safe feeding their children when they're outside of the home was McDonald's. I think that's changed now a little bit. I think they have like peanuts on their sundaes. But for the longest time, if you had a nut allergy and you're trying to feed your kid something that they can eat outside the home, they'd be stuck with something like McDonald's, which is crazy to me, especially, the gluten sensitive community, those that suffer from Crohn's and colitis. Not enough people understand, or not enough kitchens, I should say, understand that, there's cross contamination that can occur. And even though a product may be, not have gluten in it, the product might come into contact with surfaces, utensils, things that may contain gluten or nuts that would wreak havoc on, someone's body. At BioRaw, we work very closely with third-party labs to batch test our products to prove that it is in fact gluten-free and nut-free. We have our own private facility, and we have never allowed gluten or nuts into our facility. But it's not just enough for me to make that claim. I want to make sure that I have the third-party lab tests to support it and to prove that I can stand behind that. And I've made an investment into the health of our customers.
So good. It's so important. And for those that, don't struggle with allergies, it can be sort of like, they don't really understand it or really give it much attention. But for those that do, in some ways, it can feel like a game changer when they get access to good, healthy food that, gives them energy. And also food can be medicine. And when they get that into their meal routine, it's really a beautiful thing.
100%. And I often heard that, like, for those who suffer from gluten sensitivities or nut allergies, that, the safest thing that they can enjoy off the shelf is a protein bar or some other processed food. Those definitely have a place, but we shouldn't be eating processed foods all the time. If I'm hungry and I'm visiting a grocery store and all my friends are able to grab a meal or grab a sandwich or grab something, I feel left out because I'm in a pinch and I got to grab a protein bar or I got to grab a banana. I want real nourishing food. So I feel so grateful that I'm able to nourish people with really good, real food. just because we're gluten-free, it doesn't mean we've removed anything or that we're using alternatives in our products. We just choose to use whole food plant-based ingredients that are inherently gluten-free. So you won't find any weird starches or fillers or gums or anything like that in any of our products. We're using real whole food ingredients as nature intended it to be, and just infusing it with lots of love and flavor to create high protein, nutrient dense meals and offerings.
Brilliant. You should go on tour. You should do a Canadian tour in every city. Just rock these events and put BioRaw in every grocery store across Canada and the US. Let's do it. Let's go.
I'd love that.
So good. Thanks for doing this. I know people can, it's bioraw.ca. That's where people can learn more, right?
Yeah, head over to biora.ca. And in fact, if you are an Aisle 42 listener, you can use the code Aisle42 at checkout, and it'll take 15% off your order or your new subscription order. So I hope you take advantage of that.
I love it. That's the first discount code someone's offered up, an Aisle 42 discount code. You said 15%, right?
Yeah, your awesome listeners will get 15% off their order. And yeah, we can't wait to nourish you.
So good. Thanks for doing this, Oren. Have a great day.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to Aisle 42. I hope you're as inspired as I am by all the organic mojo in this one. If you're in the Toronto area, please visit your local grocery store or go to bioraw.ca. You'll love it. And for those of us who live elsewhere, I guess we'll just have to wait our turn. That's it for me. I'm Corwin Hebert from Ethical Food Group, and I'll see you in the future.